Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. This is just going to be a new quick rundown of some good deal alerts that I see, just because saving money is fun. Because, well, gear acquisition syndrome is a major disease, and I'm going to try and help prevent it the best way I can. So for our first deal here, we have the Behringer UBXA, pretty much the full keys version for only $899. That's $400 off, and they even have a little bundle down here if you need a pedal and the seating and all that. Me personally, I already have a actual Oberheim, but given price and all the other things of Oberheim, this is a very good substitute if you want to get something that is not 100%, but it is extremely close. And you get tons of hate for Behringer one way or the other, but at the same time, it's great value. Or what's the Target brand? Up and Up style of synthesizers. So it makes it a lot more accessible for people who can't afford thousands upon thousands of dollars for the on-brand style synths. Next up, we have the IK Multimedia Tone X pedal. It's a pretty much very good cab simulator. If you're into guitars, you know what that is pretty much. However, what I do like about these, even though this isn't really a big discount, you get all these free collections of a Tone X collection and a little IR sample pack, which is at Sweetwater. What I do like about these is that people don't understand is that cab sims aren't just for guitars. You can use that type of simulator on any type of synth. I use tons of pedals for synths. I use a couple cab simulators on my synths, just because, to me at least, I can get some different sounds out of it, which it sometimes works better or worse depending on how well you can work with it. Sometimes it will just make pure noise and it sounds awful, but other times it's actually a very useful thing to have and can give you some interesting effects, especially if you're doing like a sort of vintage cab sim. You can get some really cool lo-fi effects if you're into that stuff. Next up, we have the Behringer MS5, which is a clone of the Roland SH5, another vintage synth that I'm sure Roland has on the cloud. But $110 off, you actually get something in your hand instead of having to deal with the Roland Cloud and subscription services and all that. Like I said with the other Behringer, it's a great value and cheaper style of synthesizer. However, if you don't want to use software, $449, $110 off, you have something in your hand to actually play with. Good deal if you like that old sound of pretty much the Roland SH5. Up to you if you think it's a good deal or not, if you want to try it. Now, the next new deal of the week isn't really a deal, it's more of the new here, is the Line 6 Helix AMXL amp modeler and FX processor. Just like I said back with the IK modeler, this thing is now, because of how heavy the competition is, this is essentially going to be Line 6's new, pretty much Mac Daddy of an amp and cab modelers, tons of different effects in it. I've used the old FX Stomp pedal before, or I think it was a HX Stomp. I broke it, I gotta get it repaired still. But the with all that you can do in it, it was a very interesting thing to use, because I do like multi-effects, and it saves on space, saves on power, and you can cycle through the different effects for making one synth, especially if you're using an old mono synth, such as like a Korg Monologue. Having a good multi-effects pedal can get so much more life out of that synth rather than just what's built into it, because there isn't much built into it. Now, I'm not saying to go out and pay that exorbitant price, but if you're into something like a multi-effects pedal and want the essentially biggest and baddest version of this newer one, you can pre-order it now. And looks like Sweetwater is giving you a free IR pack here too, just like with the other one. Now, the last deal of the week is the Behringer System 55 complete Euro rack module system, $700 off $1,200, and essentially you have a I don't even know, a wall, a brick, whatever you want to call it, a spider web of wires waiting to happen if you're into Eurorack. So I guess if you really don't do Eurorack that much, or want to just dive headfirst supremely deeply into it, this is a deal for it. Because I know Eurorack, even though I'm not into it that much just because of how expensive it gets, can get extremely costly. So if you want essentially a pre-built all-in-one Eurorack system for, I mean, not cheap, that's expensive, especially in this economy, but it's cheaper, here's something to consider. Now I know that essentially, just because of the deals of the week, this one kind of seemed like a show for Behringer, but for whatever reason, they're putting a lot of their stuff on sale lately. Like I saw all their Craves, their Poly D and stuff like that. It's getting really cheap right now. I don't know for America if it's just to beat the tariffs that are out there, or if they're about to release something big and new, so they want funding for it. I'm not sure. Like I said, Behringer is hit or miss if you're into that, even though I heard that the quality has been going back up. The couple of them that I do have not had any issues. But besides that, there is two very cool multi-effects pedals that are coming out, and you get a lot of decently free stuff with them. Well, I mean, free, when in reality you're paying close to a premium, so I guess it's cool that they throw in a little free gift for that. And like I said, you can use those two to get a lot of, extension of life out of synthesizers that wouldn't have that many effects built in. So just a new little series idea. I'll do it every Monday or whenever I see any type of big deal. Release a full video like this, and I'm also going to break this up into shorts just for people who don't want to watch a full video on deals. But thanks for watching in, and I would appreciate any comments for any other deals that y'all see out there. I'll post about them too. See ya.